So with the largest immunisation campaign in NHS history well underway, is now the time to be thinking about ending restrictions? Let's discuss that now with Labour's Rupa and the chair of the Defence Select Committee, Conservative MP Tobias Ellwood. Very good evening to you both. So let's start with those comments from the Prime Minister, Rupa, cautious but, if possible, irreversible. Presumably you would agree with that approach by the Prime Minister.
Actually, and I think caution has been missing quite a lot from his. Up to now, we've had so many U-turns, haven't we? U-turn after U-turn, because I think he wants to please people. And, you know, we were told this would all be over in 12 weeks. It would be over by Christmas. In this hyperbole that we've had about moonshot, world beating for the track and trace system, which never truly got sorted. So, you know, we're in our third national lockdown now, but this one is different because we do have the hope of a vaccinated future. A lot of people will have had family of theirs who've been jabbed. So I like this new cautious approach of his, because before, you know, he seemed to be flying by the seat of his pants, and it did feel like whack-a-mole was a strategy being applied to human lives. So things like the schools reopening for just one day. I think he said in January schools are perfectly safe, and then they opened for a day, and then the plug was pulled on that. He kept insisting that there would be no circuit breaker lockdown, and then in the end massively U-turned on that. All those things about cancelling Christmas, in the end he had to climb down on those things. So I like the new cautious approach, and the end is in sight. If we do this carefully, it can be over.
This one then, Rupa, schools first. It's got to be, and let me throw in there the putative date, March the 8th.
Well, look, I'm a parent, so I don't want schools to be closed a day longer than necessary, because, you know, we're all tearing our hair out trying to work from home and also home educate our offspring. But yeah, I think there needs to be a set of measures along with it. So over the Christmas holidays, teachers were consuming themselves with sorting out mass testing in schools. That stuff has to be in place. I know a lot of teachers who would feel more confident. I know we are told that they're not more likely to catch the virus than anyone else, but they are in front of 30 kids a day, and then, you know, the stuff at drop off and pick up. So when on the 14th of this month, there's a reassessment of those categories, I would like to see teachers sort of go to the top of the list so they can feel more confident when schools reopen. And all the sort of measures that they need for hand sanitizer and all that stuff costs money. They've got huge holes in their budget anyway. Those things need to be in place. And then, yes, I think schools should reopen as soon as possible.
OK, can I just ask you specifically, Rupa, you mentioned it there, mass testing. Is that a precondition for you?
I mean, sorry, school, sorry.
For schools, no, mass testing. No, is that a precondition for you?
I would say testing within secondary schools at the moment. Again, mass testing is another one that was a U-turn. But at the moment, I think key workers are meant to present themselves twice a week for lateral flow tests. We need to get those in schools. And actually, if the teachers could be vaccinated sooner, I think that would help their confidence in front of the classroom.
OK. So overall, Rupa, I mean, there are some saying, let's look on the optimistic side, the glass half full and filling up side. This vaccination programme, you both accepted, agreed, it's a remarkable success if, and it's a fairly big if the vaccines continue to work against all the strains and variants at this point. Are we looking at sometime early, late spring, perhaps, for a pretty comprehensive reopening?
Look, I mean, I'm not Mystic Meg, but this does depend on the supply of vaccines and on the sort of rate of spread dropping. And at the moment, the numbers are going in the right direction. But we can't do this all too fast and blow it, because the Prime Minister said this must be the last lockdown. You know, the stop-start cycle that we've had is because when there's a glimmer of hope, things have reopened too quickly. Spring, I mean, some measures may be around for a while, wearing masks in shops. I think they do that in the Far East as a hangover from SARS. So that kind of thing might have to be stepped up. When we saw the pictures of Oxford Street at Christmas, and I'm sure there was a lot of spreading of virus going on there outside. So we may even have to consider measures like that, possibly masks in classrooms for secondary school kids. I've heard teachers suggest that. So there'll be elements of stuff that are not the same. But, you know, that's something we're going to have to live with.
Thanks for discussing the new normal with me, Tobias Ellwood, Rupa. Very good to talk to you. Thank you.